Hey YouTube, hey Bold and the Beautiful fans, OMG, Jack is not the father of Luna, and next week, Finn gets involved. Finn's going to question Poppy, so let's get into all the action and excitement for next week. So in the preview for next week, we see Lee telling Finn we're still left with the mystery. Who's Luna's father? And then we see Finn telling Poppy she needs to be honest with him. Poppy, looking very concerned, says, "Why are you asking these questions?" "You know why, Poppy," says Finn. Oh boy, we are getting to the bottom of this mystery, almost a year in the making now. The mystery of Luna's real father. Who is it? Well, Lee was convinced that it was Jack. The suspense was building up. Despite Jack and Poppy's denials, Lee accused Jack and Poppy of having had an affair behind her back all those years ago. And that's how Luna was conceived. At least that's what Lee thought. But was Lee right? "What do the paternity results say?" said Jack. "It's negative." "You're not Luna's father," said Lee. "Of course I'm not," says Jack. So the show now is telling us it's not Jack, which can only mean one thing. Unless there's another twist in the works, it's gotta be Finn. The show dropped some big hints last year about Finn and Poppy, which gave life to the Finn being Luna's dad theory. It looks like the show is going in this direction, which is great. It's going to create so much drama. And I mistakenly thought that if Jack was a match, then that could connect to Finn in some way because they share the same DNA, but I was way off on that idea. With Jack not being a match, the show is telling us it's not him. So now the Finn theory is the predominant theory, and what everything is leading up to. Unless there's another twist in this story, then Finn has to be Luna's father. Poppy lived with Finn and the Finnegans when Finn was in college, and the show established that Finn and Poppy spent plenty of recreational time together. And we know about Poppy's lifestyle and those special mints. The prevailing idea is that Finn was under the influence, maybe of those mints, and he doesn't remember anything, doesn't remember having been with Poppy. It looks like one thing might have led to another way back then, and Poppy and Finn were together and Luna was conceived. Poppy has to know about this, and this is the big secret she's been keeping all these years. It makes sense, too, why she would want to keep this secret. Finn is her nephew, although there's no biological connection. Lee apologized to Poppy and Jack for being wrong about her accusations, and Lee wants to make it up to Poppy and repair their relationship as sisters now. But this is all setting up to come crashing down when the truth is revealed, that Poppy and Finn were together. Of course, Finn is Lee's son, although Finn is not Lee's biological son. Sheila is Finn's biological mother. And this brings Sheila into the story too because she's now going to be Luna's grandmother. Just imagine all the chaos this will cause for Steffy and Finn. Spoilers for this year say Steffy and Finn face a new challenge and they'll be put to the test. And this shocking revelation about Finn being the father of Luna is looking like what this challenge is going to be. Next week, Finn and Lee will start to get to the bottom of this mystery, and Finn is going to question Poppy. From the preview, Finn seems to know too, so we'll see if he runs any tests to prove it to himself or if he's just going on a hunch. Spoilers say Finn receives a revealing backstory while dealing with the dilemma between Poppy and Lee. Lee's going to vent her concerns too about Jack's infidelity with Sheila, so maybe Lee tells Finn a story that might jog Finn's memory in some way, that maybe something happened between him and Poppy. One way or another, though, it looks like Finn will be suspicious about Poppy, and he's going to question her. Will Poppy fess up, or will Finn have to run his own paternity test? We'll have to see how all of this plays out. But we're getting one step closer to finding out the truth. Jack has been ruled out, and we know the show has established some backstory between Poppy and Finn. The momentum is building up for the shocking reveal that Finn is Luna's biological father, so stay tuned. Also next week, speaking of Sheila, she'll have a run-in with Jack and Poppy at Il Giardino, so it'll be good to see Sheila back in action. And of course, Sheila ties in with all of this story too, as she's likely now going to be Luna's grandmother. although no one knows that just yet. Luna and Bill get honest about parentage and family next week too, and Luna seems convinced now that Tom wasn't her father. There's no trace of Tom in her, no resemblance. But Tom believed he was Luna's dad, all those letters he sent to Luna. And Luna says, what if my mom used Tom's assumptions to cover up my real dad? And that seems to be what's happening here. Poppy's got to know the truth. She's had to know the truth all these years. But she's kept this very scandalous secret. So we'll see how all of this starts to play out next week. Also next week, Ridge and Taylor support Steffy as they'll make it all about family next week as Steffy and Finn's anniversary arrives. Steffy will also express concerns to Ridge and Taylor about some family problems with the Finnegans, and this probably has to do with Lee and Jack's divorce and the effect that that's having on them as a family. But we know there's a much bigger situation brewing here. This is all setting the stage for the shocking, sordid truth that Finn is Luna's father. But Steffy has another story, and of course, this has to do with her secret plan with Daphne Rose. And today, Carter and Daphne sealed the deal. It's official. Hope and Carter are celebrating acquiring Daphne's talents for the company. Daphne now will be collaborating with Forster Creations and working closely with Carter. But little do Carter and Hope know that Daphne and Steffy have a plan. They're working in secret to take the company back. Spoilers say with Steffy's approval, Daphne Rose puts her charm, magic, and nose to work with Forster Creations and Carter Walton. Of course, Daphne is a perfumer and she's creating this new fragrance for the company. And we saw today Steffy tell Daphne, you will break them up and that's when I will step in and regain control of the company. Okay, so Steffy and Daphne's plan is going full speed ahead, so we'll see what happens next. Also next week, Ridge urges Steffy and Daphne to keep it clean with Carter and Hope. So we'll have to see specifically exactly what that means, but next week is shaping up to be a lot of fun. We'll have plenty of scenes with Finn as the show is now bringing him into this story. We know what that means. Bill, Tom, and now Jack have been ruled out. That can only mean one thing. Finn's got to be Luna's father. This will tie Luna to the show and to the Finnegans and create plenty of drama and chaos for Steffy's family. So stay tuned as we see more of this intriguing story start to unfold next week. Don't miss a moment. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Keep it here for more updates. Watch The Bold and the Beautiful, CBS Daytime and Paramount Plus, and I'll see you in the next video.